Michael called Rex 3 times that night. The first call rang for a few seconds, then it stopped. The second call went straight to voicemail. By the third call, the number was no longer reachable. Michael stared at his phone in silence. Just a few years earlier, Rex used to sit beside him on a small plastic chair outside their street, begging him to change his life. Back then, Michael laughed at him. He said prayer was useless. He said learning skills was a waste of time. Today, Rex is a cybersecurity millionaire. Companies fly him around the world to protect their systems from hackers. And Michael is still trying to rebuild a life he nearly destroyed chasing fast money. This is the story of two friends. One believed in shortcuts, one believed in patience. Only one of them reached the top. Michael and Rex grew up in the same neighborhood. It was not a rich place. Most people worked small jobs. Some sold food, some drove motorcycles for transport, some worked in shops or construction. Life was not easy, but people survived. Michael and Rex had known each other since they were teenagers. They walked the same dusty streets, played football in the same empty field, and shared the same dream. One day, they wanted a better life. But the way they thought about success was very different. Michael believed strongly in spiritual forces. He talked about ancestors often. He believed money could come through rituals and black magic. Whenever he received money from somewhere, he said the ancestors had helped him. Whenever things went wrong, he believed someone had attacked him spiritually. He spent a lot of time thinking about enemies, negative energy, spiritual battles, but he rarely spoke about improving himself. Rex was different. His belief was simple: prayer, hard work, patience. Even when Rex had little money, he remained calm. He believed success takes time. Michael believed success should come quickly. One evening, the two friends were sitting outside Michael's house. The sun was slowly setting. Children were still playing in the street. People were returning from work. Rex looked at Michael and spoke carefully. "Michael, you think too much about black magic. You should focus on your life instead. Pray, work hard, learn something useful." Michael laughed loudly. He thought Rex sounded like someone who had accepted a poor life. Then Michael asked him a question. "How much money do you even have in your bank account?" Rex did not answer. Michael quickly opened his banking app. He turned the phone toward Rex. "Look," Michael said proudly, "this is what the ancestors provide. Whenever I do my rituals, money appears from somewhere." Then he added another sentence, "And nobody is helping you." Rex stayed quiet for a moment. Then he spoke slowly. "Michael, some things have an expiring date, but God's blessing has no expiring date." Michael laughed again. He believed Rex simply did not understand the world. A few weeks later, Rex discovered something online. It was called cybersecurity. At first, the name sounded complicated, but the more he read about it, the more interesting it became. Cybersecurity experts protect computer systems from hackers. Banks need it, companies need it, even governments need it. Almost every business that uses computers needs security. Rex started watching online lessons. At first, he only studied 1 hour per day, then 2 hours, then sometimes 5 hours. The learning process was difficult. There were many things he did not understand. Sometimes he failed. Sometimes he felt tired, but he refused to stop. One day he went to see Michael. "Michael," he said, "I found something that could change our lives." Michael listened without much interest. "It's called cybersecurity," Rex explained. "We can learn it online. We can build careers with it." Then Rex said something important. "You should learn it with me." Michael shook his head. "I'm fine," he said. "I don't need skills. I already know how to make money." Rex tried again, but Michael refused. Rex walked home that night feeling heavy. Not angry, just heavy. Because he had seen something in Michael's eyes. Not confidence, fear. Fear disguised as arrogance. The kind of fear that makes a man laugh instead of listen. Rex said one quiet prayer before he slept. Then he opened his laptop and continued studying. 4 months later, Michael's life changed suddenly. He met some people who are making money online through scams. At first, he was nervous, but the money looked very attractive. The first time money entered his account, he was shocked. It was more money than he had ever seen. Soon, more money followed. His lifestyle changed quickly. New clothes, expensive shoes, parties, new friends. Then one day, Michael bought a car. A beautiful, expensive car. The entire neighborhood noticed. Children gathered around it. Neighbors stared in surprise. Just months earlier, Michael had been struggling. Now, he looked rich. That same evening, Michael drove to Rex's house. Rex was sitting outside with his laptop, studying again. Michael parked the car in front of him. "Well," Michael said proudly, "has your cybersecurity bought you a car yet?" Rex looked at the car calmly. Then he looked back at Michael. "Congratulations," he said. Michael laughed. "You've been studying every day," Michael said. "And look at you. You are still sitting here with that laptop." Michael tapped the roof of his car. "This is real success." Rex closed his laptop slowly. Then he said something quietly. "Michael, not everything that comes fast stays long." Michael rolled his eyes. "There you go again, your God's time speech." Rex replied calmly, "God's time is the best time." Michael laughed and drove away. Rex sat in the dark for a moment. He looked at the empty road where the car had disappeared. Then he opened his laptop again and continued. Over the next 2 years, their lives moved in completely different directions. Michael enjoyed fast money, more parties, more expensive items, more people surrounding him. But most of those people only cared about his money. Meanwhile, Rex continued learning every single day, even when progress felt slow, even when he earned almost nothing. There were nights Rex ate simple food and wondered if he had chosen the wrong path. There were mornings he woke up before sunrise just to study before the neighborhood became noisy. There were moments he felt completely alone, but he kept going. Eventually, someone hired him online for a small cybersecurity task. The payment was tiny, but Rex treated the job seriously. He stayed up late to finish it perfectly. He checked it twice. He sent it early. The client left a 5-star review. Then a second client found him. Then a third. Slowly, his experience grew. His confidence grew. His rates grew. And his reputation online started growing too. People in tech communities began recommending his name. Companies began noticing him. But Rex remained quiet about it. No posts, no announcements, no showing off. He just kept walking. Meanwhile, Michael's world slowly started changing. Authorities began investigating online scams. Banks froze suspicious accounts. Some of Michael's friends were arrested. Others disappeared overnight. The money stopped coming easily. For the first time, Michael felt genuinely worried. He stopped sleeping well. He started looking over his shoulder. He deleted conversations. He changed phone numbers. But instead of truly changing his life, he blamed enemies again. He blamed negative energy again. He visited spiritual people who told him what he wanted to hear, that someone was blocking his blessings, that he needed to do more rituals. Michael spent what little money he had left on those things. Nothing changed. The money kept disappearing. The expensive lifestyle became impossible to maintain. The car was sold. Many items were sold. The same house he had decorated with pride now looked empty. Friends stopped calling. The same people who once celebrated with him were gone. Michael sat alone one afternoon and scrolled through his contacts, name after name. Nobody called. Nobody checked on him. Michael finally understood something painful. Most of those friendships were never real. They only existed when the money existed. He had confused celebration with loyalty. He had confused presence with love. And now, the silence was deafening.
While Michael struggled, Rex's career was accelerating. Cybersecurity had become one of the most important fields in the world. Every week, another company was hacked somewhere. Every week, the demand for skilled experts grew. Rex had spent years preparing for exactly this moment. A large company approached him for a critical security project. A company that had been attacked by hackers twice. A company that had lost millions. They needed someone they could trust. Someone who was thorough. Someone who would not cut corners. They chose Rex. The project was intense. It lasted 3 months. Rex worked harder than he ever had. When it was finished, the company's systems were secure, and the payment Rex received was unlike anything he had earned before. He sat quietly in his small apartment that evening. He looked at the number on his screen for a long time. Then he said a quiet prayer, not to show off, not to celebrate loudly, just to say thank you. After that project, more companies contacted him, then international firms, then conferences invited him to speak, then articles mentioned his name, then companies flew him to different cities, different countries. The same young man who once sat on a plastic chair in a dusty neighborhood had become a global cybersecurity expert, a millionaire. Not from rituals, not from shortcuts, from years of quiet, invisible, determined work. Back in the neighborhood, people still remembered both of them. Some remembered Michael and his expensive car. Some remembered Rex and his laptop. But by now, the stories had completely reversed. Older people in the neighborhood began pointing at Rex's journey as an example. Parents told their children his story. Young men started asking how they could enter the tech world. The neighborhood that once celebrated Michael's car now celebrated Rex's name. Michael heard about this from a distance. He was living in a smaller apartment now. Quieter. Simpler. He had taken a small job at a printing shop. The work was honest, the pay was modest. His colleagues did not know his past. He preferred it that way. Some mornings, he would pass by the field where he and Rex used to play football as teenagers. He would slow down, look at the cracked earth, the old broken goalposts still standing at one end, and he would remember. One quiet night, Michael sat alone in his small apartment. The room was dim. The television was off. He picked up his phone slowly. Then he searched for Rex's number, the old number, the one he still had saved. For a long moment, he stared at the screen. Memories filled his mind. The conversations, the warnings, the laughter, the car, the laptop, the plastic chairs. Finally, he pressed the call button. The phone rang. No answer. He called again. Still nothing. He tried one last time, but the message was different now. The number was no longer reachable. Michael lowered the phone slowly. He did not cry. He was past crying. What he felt was something heavier than sadness. It was understanding, the kind that comes too late. Years earlier, Rex had sat beside him on that plastic chair. He had spoken carefully. He had warned him gently, and Michael had laughed. Now, Rex was boarding flights to cities Michael had never visited. Now, Rex was building a legacy, and Michael was sitting in a dim room, holding a phone with no one on the other end. Eventually, Michael made a difficult decision. He enrolled in a free online course, not cybersecurity. That felt too far. He started with something basic, a simple digital skill: data entry, document formatting, email management, the kind of things he once called beneath him. The process was slow, sometimes frustrating, sometimes embarrassing, especially when he remembered how many years he had wasted. He was older now than when Rex had first invited him to learn. The other people in some of the online classes were younger. Some of them were learning things he should have learned years ago. But he kept going. He did not post about it online. He did not tell people he was changing. He simply changed, quietly, one skill at a time. Michael did not become rich again. He did not drive an expensive car again. He did not attend parties where people celebrated him. But slowly, he built something he had never truly had before: stability, a small but honest income, a simple routine, and something that surprised him most of all: peace. Real peace. Not the loud excitement of fast money, not the performance of success, but the quiet satisfaction of earning what you own, of sleeping without fear, of waking up without guilt. Sometimes late at night, he still remembers Rex's words from that evening on the plastic chair. Some things have an expiring date, but God's blessing has no expiring date. Michael finally understood those words, not as a religious sentence, but as a life principle.
Things built on shortcuts expire. Things built on patience endure. He had chosen the shortcut. He had watched it expire. And by the time he truly understood the lesson, Rex had already reached a height Michael could no longer see clearly. Their lives had moved too far apart to ever walk the same path again. There is no dramatic reunion in this story. No phone call that finally connected. No moment where Rex returned to help Michael. Life is not always like that. Sometimes, two people begin in the same place, make different choices, and end in completely different worlds. That is not a movie ending, but it is an honest one. Rex is not a villain for not answering. He had his own life to protect. He had spent years rebuilding himself after Michael laughed at him. He owed nothing. And Michael is not simply a victim of bad luck. He made choices. He ignored warnings. He chose comfort over growth. He chose speed over stability. But he also eventually chose to change. And that choice, even if it came late, still mattered.
Two friends, two different beliefs, two very different endings. One chased shortcuts, one trusted patience. One built something that expired. One built something that lasted. The question this story leaves behind is not about Michael. It is not about Rex. It is about you, right now. Which chair are you sitting in? The chair of excuses or the chair of preparation? Because somewhere in your life, there is a skill waiting to be learned, a course waiting to be started, a door waiting to be opened, and the only question is whether you will open it today or spend years watching someone else walk through it. God's time is the best time, but God's time still requires your hands. Subscribe to my channel for more story.